Greetings, salutations, and welcome, my raccoon family. I know. Don't say that you miss me too much. I already know. I mean, just look at the... oof. That's a long time without posting. Believe it or not, within those 3 months, I was actually getting famous elsewhere. You know that platform that we once believed China was taking our data when suddenly 7 Diddy Mango Mustard Epstein files began to explode everywhere? Yeah, it's TikTok. Matter of fact, as of today, I have amassed 26,000 followers. That's quite a bit for, a niche YouTuber like myself. And, with that, I began to wonder, I kind of abandoned, my family. I went to go grab milk, and I never came back. But alas, here I am, my glorious children. Part of this video is going to be made out of spite, because I received a comment saying that I should have quit, only for them to compliment me, saying that I'm doing a good job by already quitting. Oh, but my dear, sweet child, if only you knew how spiteful I really am. So aside from all that, aside from me yapping about my return after not posting for 3 months, I am going to be talking about the new Skate. What a shocker, am I right? What do you know? A new game releases and it has controversy. It's almost like we go through this every other year, basically. But without further ado, let's hop in. Skate is a pretty massive game, I would say. And for as long as I can remember, it's always had this call to fame. It was always big. There wasn't ever a time where it was really underground. See, it became really popular in 2010 when it released on the Xbox 360. This Skate in particular that I am talking about is Skate 3, because, well, it has the most copies sold. I mean, it's quite literally the largest Skate title to ever release, with well over 1.9 million copies being sold, which is kind of bonkers, I'm not gonna lie. That's like more than 1.9 million people. I mean, seriously, think about all the trash that those people could have thrown away. Sorry guys, I'm getting off track here. I'm a little hungry. But anywho, Skate 3 was made back when EA actually believed that they had a point to prove. Back when EA had what felt like a purpose. Like, rather than making their game a cash grab like modern EA, it was a passion project, it felt like. And this is, well, very evident. See, my problem doesn't lie within Skate 4's gameplay or its graphics or anything like that, really. I mean, yeah, Coach Frank got replaced by an annoying fuck-ass robot that, can't shut up. But above all else, the thing that grinds my gears the most is that they turned Skate, a by now legendary game that has been played for like 15 years now? I'm still talking about Skate 3. On top of the older titles, you'd add another few years, but you get what I'm talking about. Basically, EA took all of those quality things from the previous Skate and then basically ate all of it away and replaced it with an extraordinary amount of microtransactions. So alas, we come across the common problem within video game industries today. This factor is known as greed. And as we all know, greed is a massive no-no. And as we all know, greed tends to ruin video games a lot. It's been a joke for years about how EA is responsible for being the founder of, major microtransactions. There were memes of Madden, people playing Madden, and how you'd have to pay money to even throw the ball. So it's not even like this is new stuff. In all honesty, is the fact that Skate 4 is a cash grab really surprising? I mean, for fuck's sake, it's EA. They have been clowned on for years because of the amount of microtransactions they put in their games. And yet, people dare say that it's as good as the previous titles, and some people even say that it's better? What? I mean, in all my years of rummaging through trash cans, I've never found as much hard shit to make me believe that Skate 4 is as good as any other previous title. And then, not only that, but they will have the audacity to tell you that you are blinded by nostalgia because you like Skate 3 and the previous Skate titles more than you like Skate 4. Are you noticing a trend here? EA is grabbing the attention of delusional people. They are feeding into the minds of feeble-minded children. Because we live in a world where the internet has officially taken over every aspect of our lives. And to be a child within this current generation with unrestricted internet access, I feel like it's almost a nightmare. Because day by day, we are exposed to new levels of memes and brain rot that have never been seen before. It gets to the point to where I go to family reunions and I hear my little cousins saying some brain rot stuff that is way outdated that they probably saw repeated on YouTube Shorts over and over again. And it makes me feel old. Kind of. It makes me feel like I'm becoming ancient because some of these new brain rot terms are becoming unfunny to me. Maybe this is why I am so unaffected by Skate 4's grasp. Maybe the reason why I hate Skate 4 so much is because it cannot physically or mentally grasp me like it does these feeble-minded children. And speaking of children, if I catch any of you, if I ever catch one of you out there saying how Skate 4 is better than the previous titles, we may have to throw you to the possum group. And not like the cute cuddly possums, I mean like the ones with like rabies, the ones that don't look good or cute at all. You know, like the ones that eat each other. You're going there. But anywho, let's continue talking about Skate. The gameplay of Skate 4 feels like if Assassin's Creed and some other really bad Skate game tried to like combine. I mean, don't get me wrong, the fact that they added parkour in Skate it's kind of mind-boggling. You know, I didn't expect them to do that. Because, you know, typically the only other game company that really puts very high-level advanced parkour in their games is Ubisoft. You know, the people that made Assassin's Creed. But the thing is, Ubisoft actually made goated games. Now, wait. Let me step back here a second. Not to say EA has never made any good games. I mean, EA has made some fantastic games back when it was in its prime. I mean, EA literally made my favorite racing game. It made Need for Speed. And that game has a death grip on me, which I personally believe was like their very last good title. So my point is, EA as a whole isn't bad. I mean, literally, if EA could just throw away their greed for like one more time, they could probably spit out probably another huge title like Skate 3. If EA wasn't so hell-bent on money, on raking in kids using their mother's credit card for a very bad Isaac Clarke skin. If they just set aside their greed one more time and made a true passion project, something that actually held some meaning behind it other than to rake in money, and just set a decent price tag on it, like they did with Need for Speed Heat and Skate 3, I'm sure it would work phenomenally in their favor. I mean, we already have Todd Howard and Bethesda getting lazy, like releasing Starfield as it was still being in production, and just for there to be blatant lies about the game. And then you got Bungie and Radical Entertainment with Destiny already stacking up microtransactions like crazy, like literally spending hundreds to thousands of dollars just to go through a storyline, and somehow people fall for it. Like, I don't get it. How? Why? As far as I know, the only memorable character they had in Destiny was Kate, and what did they decide to do? They killed him off, and instead replaced him with tall, thick Dami-Mami characters that people like to make NSFW art of. I mean, like, who knew it would get this bad? Seriously. And you know, Todd Howard was considered a genius for releasing Fallout, you know, all of the Fallout games, and then you also had Skyrim and Oblivion, and, you know, all of the other major Elder Scrolls titles. I mean, he made a lot of good stuff. And then, you know, after all these games, Fallout 76 and then Starfield got released. And you know what? I'll shit on all these games all I want. I mean, if you want me to keep going, I can keep going. I mean, there's also Rockstar Games who, you know, delayed GTA 6 for another, 20 years? I mean, at this point, just say you're not even going to release it. Just stop notifying people on Twitter and finally just decide, you know what, we're going to keep quiet until we're actually ready to release the game. And I feel like that's not difficult to understand as a game production company. You can't just cook a steak half a quarter way and then just give it to somebody expecting them to like it. And then you take it away, promising a better, well-cooked steak, only to bring it back about only halfway, only to then take it away again. Not to mention, you also have Infinity Ward also hopping on the Epic Games trend and adding battle passes and skins that you have to pay for. Greed is literally killing the video game industry. But I mean, what would I know? You know, I've never actually ever made a video game ever in my life. You know, I've just been playing them since, you know, I was a wee little kid. Like, my fondest memories were on an Xbox 360, a PSP, and a Nintendo DS. So, you know, what would I know? But anywho, that's basically all I got. To sum this whole thing up, Skate 4 sucks, and so does every other game basically that's being released out right now. And I will stand on this hill until I die. But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you like this video and want me to post more, it would help improve my motivation factor if you liked and subscribed. That would help me a ton. As for the people who are already supporting me, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Shout out to all my loyal subscribers for staying with me even after I haven't posted for so long. And shout out to all my TikTok followers who came over to my YouTube page after I inserted it into my bio. You guys are awesome. But anywho, peace.